Good morning, friend. So today we will going to discuss about the research design. So if we think research design, there are so many things or the concept in comes our mind. What is research design? Research design in very easy way, the design we prepare for the collection of data and for the analyzing our problem, research problem, or to just analyzing the data, everything. The research design include everything. So research design, it's start from the topic selection. So topic selection, because we choose the topic based on the other research whatever we have done. Suppose whatever the topic we have to do, first we will do in we search in all over the sources whatever is the internet sources near about library and other sources we search. For what? At least the whatever research we will going to do, that will not going to be repetition one, so that is not conducted by the anyone. This is the first step. After that, the second step is the review of literature. We why we do review of literature, but because sometimes even the cover page is different, but inside the text will be the similarity. So at least whatever our observation, the perception we are having, at least it differ from the others. This is very much important. If we will not going to repeat the same thing whatever the research has been done earlier. And how we will come to know? Of course, after the reviewing of literature, the concept will be clear. What is the concept, problem, research problem, or the question is coming to the mind of researcher has been not discussed earlier. And this will you will going to observe through the experience also. So in the experience also, because we can also ask from the expert and the other member, your friends itself, your supervisor, every field they can share about their experience about your topic. So this is what about the other is what the government priority. Sometimes we have to see from the government perspective, because job perspective, what is the right now demand we are having, because most of the like 70 to 80% of research already is conducted as per the demand of the government itself. What is the right now the demand is having. So you will see that in India there is national security is one of the demand is very high, about the terrorism is very high. So these types of research if they will going to do, so of course the funding will be easy, and the job prospect will be easy. So this type of priority also matters a lot. But you cannot forget, on the one hand we will see the government priority, but the other side your experience, and you are also having expertise on the same. The prevalent theory, that will going to help, and that will going to support your presumption, that is going to support your assumption. Suppose whatever the observation we are having, that is itself is clear, and the concept is correct, how we will come to know? So we will check always the prevalent theory, any theory that is whatever the perception I am having, at least I can support gain support from the any prevalent theories. Because all of we are having imagination, the imagination, sometimes the people have already the imagination already the other have done. So we will not going to do the same thing. Observe phenomena, that same thing I will tell you, whatever we observe that is not true, or that sometimes it's not a fact, because whatever we observe today, and sometimes the tomorrow we will not going to like our own observation. So this is already sometimes the problem will occur. Other important, the selection of research topic is one of the important thing is your discipline. Because you cannot do research in another discipline. So you can see that the criminologists, they can do their research crime against women, types of criminal, and the causes of crime. Social anthropologists will going to research on the structure and culture of society, exploitation of tribal, development of tribal areas, tribal movement. Sociologists, of course, they will going to choose the social problem, the social relation and social system. The public administration field, they will going to do research on the government activity, on the bureaucrats and the administration of the organization, and the economist will going to do their research on their area about the liberalization, globalization, inflation, economic development. So you can see that the based on their experience, they are easily to understand whatever the theory and what will be the prospect. The research design is one of the important thing that with this all these includes. So what is the study about? You have to be clear. If you have chosen your topic, you have to be clear about what is your study about, and why is the study being made, what is the reason behind the topic you have chosen, why you will going to conduct the study. At least you have to know where will the study be carried out. Suppose the area you have chosen, or the whatever the area or the state or sometimes organization, institution, or the particular continent you have chosen. So where will be the study be carried out, you have to be clear about, because we cannot choose the all universe. There will be some limitation, so that you have to be clear about the long title. And the common title is always rejected. What type of data is required, you have to be clear, because the what type of data, if data based research you are conducting, which data you will be easily accessible, the primary data you can access or the secondary data, you have to be mentioned in the, of course, your research proposal and the research design, that while the study you will going to assess the primary data or the secondary data. If you have chosen your empirical research, of course you have to go in the field about the historical research and about the like the different research, the qualitative and the quantitative. Of course the data analysis will be differ from the others. So what period of time will the study include? This is one of the important. The time, within the time framework, you have to be divide your chapters into the several phases. When you will going to collect the data, and when you will going to analyze, and after that, of course, you need it at some time for typing also. The other important is what the sample design. We will going to cover the lecture on the sampling, then it will be very easy to understand what is sampling. You will not going to forget in your life. Oh, I am seeing that most of the you people are always watching this channel, but you are not subscribing. So kindly, this is personal request, please subscribe my channel, otherwise it will be very difficult for me to upload more and more video. So thank you so much for if you already have subscribed, otherwise please subscribe my channel, so at least I can I will be encouraged to upload more and more video. So okay, for the sampling we will going to cover. There are so many sampling, the quota sampling, the cluster sampling, there is cloud sampling. So sampling have to be clear. If the person or the expert at the supervisor will going to ask, at least you have to be very clear about. So what kind of sampling you have chosen for your study. So there is two types of sampling. There is probability sampling and the other is non-probability sampling. The every sampling will comes under the probability and the non-probability sampling. So that we'll going to discuss in the sampling lecture. What technique of data collection will be used? The data you will going to collect through the sampling. So technique is also very important. Which technique is important for you while the collection of data? How will data will be you will going to analyze, because you have to analyzing of data. From the data you have collected so many things, and particularly you have to be specific on which data is important for you, for your study. There are so many questions we ask in the questionnaire, and not everything will going to include in our research. So at least the analysis of data is very much important. In what style will be the report will be prepared? So you have to be clear about the early report, the monthly report, or the daily report, or so there are so many division you can make. The research design, the research design already we have discussed is usually not a public document. It is an integrated statement of and justification of the more technical decision involved in the planning a research project. So you can easily understand the design we prepare for any research, For what? For the justification, the technical decision, and how we will going to conduct our research. The title already we have discussed, the statement of topic and the problem, at least you have to be clear. And the third is what, the motive and goals. The motive and goals you will never ever going to forget what is the. So that's why we, whatever we observe, the hypothesis, the assumptions we made, we know, we every day we remind or rewrite, already sometimes repeat or read our hypothesis at the time of collecting the data. So at least we will not going to divert from the whatever the observation we have made. So this is what the motive and goals. The researcher personal motives and goals for undertaking the research can be stated. What is your objective of the study? What are the research problem and what is the research question? That is satisfying the curiosity, solving a personal problem, achieving a credential or pursuing career goals, as I told you. So at least this is research you are conducting for your personal problem or personal achievement or for the career goals. You have to be state only, or may have some altruistic reason. Because altruistic reason, you can see that large number of the social science research is due for the altruistic reason, for work for the society welfare. So you can see that there are so many human rights violation in the every area, and every year there are so many social science research they cover on the altruistic reason for the welfare of the society, solving the social problem, the contribution to the society and the organization. The question will come about the research question and the research objective. Most of the people always get confused about the what is the research question and the research objective. One of the most important element of the research design is the formulation of research question and the research objective. So formulation of the research question is the real starting point in the preparation of research design. You cannot forget the problem of research question you have formulated in the beginning, in the starting point of the preparation of research. Because once you are going to start your review of literature, there are several problems will come, but you have to stick on the first whatever you have observed. The research question need to be stated clearly and consciously. There is not a doubt the people will going to understand in the simple way. So research question it required should be one line or 1.5 line only. If you will going to state in one more than 2 line, and it will be very difficult, because sometimes we are writing our research problem but research question, and the other problem is not going to understand. This is very tough for the researcher. So you cannot forget the three type already. This is what, why, how. What, the question is read need description, what you will going to do in your research. Why, question need explanation, why you are doing your research. So it should be very much clear, the reason behind you have to explain why you are doing research. And how you will going to do, how the question are concerned with intervention bring out the changes, how you will going to conduct your researches, and really it will going to help other or not. The research question and the scope and the research scope and the research objective, why we, it always start with the word to explore, to describe, to explain, to understand, to predict, to change, or to evaluate. If you are going to write your research question or the research objective, never ever forget. So most of the people where they always write whether, what, these are the word we cannot use in our research question or the scope and the objective, because our research we always conduct to something explore, or something to describe, or explain, or something to understand. Suppose the concept is not clear, but I am doing my research to understand something. So to predict something. So maybe futuristic research, you can see that the future, if the economic is very much down, what will be the impact on the future itself? After the corona, what will be the life in the future? The migrant workers are facing so many problems. What will be the in the future itself. So this will prediction itself, how they will going to change, to change, to evaluate. These are the important word that you have to use. So again, thank you so much for watching my video. Again, tomorrow I will come with another lecture, but you have not subscribed my channel, how you will going to watch? So for the daily update, I am going to update every day some new video, and of course that is based on your requirement. So you can also comment and recommend me also any suggestion. If you want any suggestion, you can give me also. And the comment itself, any new video you want, just write in the comment box. Please first subscribe, and then of course I will going to upload a new video for you. Thank you so much, dear.